Ladies and gentlemen of the Action Army, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of Answers for Athletes. In today's video, we have two different questions from two different athletes. First question is from Servantov Yahuwah, not of the world, who says, does creatine increase your vertical jump? Yes. Second question is from Aaron Juckett, 7484, who says, is there a certain age that you would advise a young athlete to start taking creatine? Yes. I used to say that I would give my newborn baby creatine. But now that I have a newborn baby, am I sneaking creatine monohydrate into his formula behind his mother's back? No, I am not. But the age that I would start taking creatine, just to answer your question, would be between age 15 to 18, or at least after or at the end of puberty. And I'll talk about why here soon. So I have a bunch of scribbles and chicken scratch on this note card, and I have a bunch of bullet points that I want to get through. So I'm going to get through everything quickly, but there's a ton of information on creatine out there. So what I'm going to do in this video for you today is I'm going to talk about all of the most important information on creatine that you need to know as an athlete. And like I said, we're going to go fast, so keep up. Before I give you this, make sure that you comment JUMP, J-U-M-P, down below in the comment section for a free bodyweight vertical jump training program. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your question down below if you want me to answer your question in a video just like this. First thing that I want you to know is that I used to be sponsored by a supplement company called First Form. And I am no longer sponsored. So this is in no way my attempt to get you to buy creatine. However, why am I no longer sponsored? Because I wasn't holding up my end of the deal. They had a certain amount, a certain number, a certain requirement of Instagram story posts and Instagram feed posts that I was supposed to hit every single month, and I wasn't hitting it. On my side, it just felt super salesy all the time for me to keep talking about supplements, buy these supplements, buy these supplements. Number two, I have all of my own shit to sell. And anytime that I'm selling other people's shit, this is why I don't do sponsorships, bro, because I have my own stuff to sell. And the third reason, I don't even know what I was talking about. None of this matters, bro. Like, why do I spend my time talking about me being sponsored? Like, let me talk about the stuff that is going to be most valuable for you. Creatine monohydrate is the #1 supplement for athletes, especially if you're a basketball player. Creatine monohydrate is extremely beneficial for the brain in basketball as a skill sport. Creatine monohydrate is going to be beneficial for you to take as a basketball player, but as an athlete in general, creatine monohydrate is the #1 supplement that you need to be taking. More important than protein powder. More important than fish oil, more important than a multivitamin, more important than a greens drink, more important than BCAAs, more important than every other supplement. Because of not only the performance benefits, but the brain cognition and the brain function benefits. Super, super underrated. So you can find creatine in food, however, like red meat, fish, chicken, etc. There's a ton of foods that contain small amounts of creatine. However, the amount of food that you would need to eat to hit your recommended daily grams of creatine would be a lot of food. So that is why it is easier to just supplement with it, and creatine monohydrate is fairly cheap. Second thing I want you to know, you want micronized creatine monohydrate. Micronized isn't that important. What does micronized mean? That means just broken down into the simplest form. So if you are one of those very few people that gets an upset stomach when you are taking creatine monohydrate, then try taking micronized creatine monohydrate, and that may help you not get that upset stomach. Why do you want monohydrate? Because that is what all the research is on. Creatine monohydrate, most of the research. We see that it's so beneficial, all these positive effects. Most of that is the research has been done on monohydrate. Is it going to help increase your vertical jump? As I said, yes. How? It is going to help you turn adenosine diphosphate back into adenosine triphosphate more effectively. What the hell does that mean? Adenosine triphosphate is a fancy scientific way to say energy. And so pretend you're doing a back squat. And let's say for some weird reason you want to go to failure. Okay. Not even going to start yapping about that. Well, let's say that I want you to do 5 sets of 5 reps of squats as heavy as you can. Every single rep, you're getting more and more fatigued. And by that 5th rep, you're very fatigued. It is because you have used up all of your adenosine triphosphate. But then you rack the bar and you rest and you allow 2 to 3 to 4, sometimes even 5 minutes of rest in between your super heavy sets of squats. And you are turning adenosine diphosphate back into adenosine triphosphate to restore your energy. So I don't know why I keep yapping about this. It's just going to help you. Creatine monohydrate is going to help you train harder, longer. It's going to help you turn that ADP back into ATP. It's great for speed, power, strength, muscular endurance. So therefore, if you can train harder, longer, if it's great for speed, power output, then all of those are going to help you increase your vertical jump, because we know we need to be fast, we need to be powerful, explosive, etc. So it is going to help you increase your vert. Yes. What ages should be taking creatine? As I said, 15 to 18, or at the end of puberty. The reason why I say this is because I did a podcast with my friend Andrew Wade, who is the most brilliant mind that I've ever met in my life on nutrition and supplements. Side note, when he was 26 years old, so we're the same age. When I was 26 and he was 26, he had become a millionaire. And I thought he was older than me. So I'm like, wow, how old are you? He's like, oh, I'm 26. I'm like, I'm 26. I got 50 grand in student loan debt. All right, I'm not going to yap. Anyways, Andrew Wade on one of my podcasts, he explained that, and I wish I couldn't find it. I tried to find the podcast or the point in the podcast where he talked about this, but I couldn't, so I'm going to paraphrase the best that I can. Finish this sentence. The age that you can start taking creatine is?
That's a good one. Honestly, I would say 18. You can start a little younger, but the comment is your natural creatine levels are still developing, and the jury's out as to whether or not supplementing the creatine negatively affects them. It's also to say that as a young person, there's so much natural potential and it's not that creatine isn't a natural supplement. That's not what I mean by it, but it's to say that your like natural growth development, growth factors, all those things are so high that you almost want to just like allow them to function properly. And with creatine, there is a consideration of like you need a lot of water, and at a young age, water needs are already through the roof, and so it's hard to like rely on and trust that a kid's going to do that responsibly. And so, yeah, I'd say 18 as a rule of thumb. Yeah.
Next, creatine is an amino acid. So people often ask, how often should I take creatine? No, they don't. Nobody asks that. They ask, when should I take creatine? They ask, when is the best time per day to take creatine? Man, I am all over the place for this video, but I'm just going to keep going. Lock in. We got to lock back in. People ask, what is the best time a day to take creatine? In the morning? Should I take it at night? Should I take it before my workout? Should I take it after my workout? It's really not going to matter. Why? Because creatine is an amino acid that needs to be taken consistently to build up in the cells of the tissue, and it takes plus or minus 7 days to build up in the cells. So you have to build the creatine up in the cells of the tissue first for your body then to be able to tap into that when you are training. So it's not like you take creatine right before your workout or right before your basketball game and you see an effect. That's really not how it works. And this is also why skipping creatine is not the best idea. I skipped my creatine yesterday and I was pissed about it, but I just forgot. So some people eat those creatine gummies now just to make it a little bit easier because people tend to forget to supplement with their creatine. But if you're going to take creatine on Monday and then on Friday and then Thanksgiving is coming up, maybe you'll take creatine on Thanksgiving. Like that's not going to be beneficial. You need to take it day after day after day after day after day so that it builds up in the cells of the tissue for you to then go and use it during your training. That I do know a lot about. I'm pissed I don't know that much about the age that you should take it. What a bonehead coach. Why do you guys listen to me? So the best time to take it is not going to matter. Just take it at a time that is most effective or easiest for you. So if you want to take it in your protein shake after your workout, that's going to be a great time. When do I take it? I dry scoop it. I put the scooper in, I put it right in my mouth, and I drink a bottle of water directly when I wake up in the morning so that I don't forget it. And then I do the same thing at night. I dry scoop it. 5 grams in the morning, 5 grams at night. And that moves me to the next point. How much do you need per day? 3 to 10 grams of protein. No, not protein, bro. 3 to 10 grams of creatine monohydrate every single day. Why such a wide range? Because people weigh different amounts. That's why. So someone who doesn't weigh as much is going to need to be on the 3-gram side. Somebody who weighs 200 plus pounds, 10 grams is going to be more beneficial for you. They are also doing research. A lot of research has come out on brain cognition, and you want to be at the upper limits of 10 grams for the brain function and brain cognition benefits. So more is better when it comes to brain health, but 3 to 10 grams. I used to take 5 grams every single day until I had listened to an Andrew Huberman podcast, and he said that if you weigh 200 plus pounds, you should be taking 10 grams. And I was like, oh, let me double scoop it. Plus it's cheap. So anyways, man, sometimes I just yap, but let's keep going. This video is all over the place. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for taking the time to watch my channel, because sometimes I feel like a complete bonehead. Next, I've been talking about it a lot, but creatine monohydrate is great for cognition and brain health. It's great for skill. It's going to help you perform better when you're tired. They've even started giving creatine monohydrate post-concussion, post-surgery, if you have headaches. So it is going to be extremely great for the brain. We talked a lot about that, so I'm going to move on. And then last part that I get questions on a lot is, do you need a loading phase? You do not need a loading phase of creatine. You can, but you do not need to load creatine. You don't need to go, 20 grams for a week and then back off to 5 to 10 grams. You could just take your recommended daily amount depending on how much you weigh, and you are going to be fine. Why did they used to say load it? Some people actually thought that was beneficial, but some people were just scam artists. Like, look at a shampoo bottle. They say rinse and repeat. Who needs to wash their hair and then rinse the shampoo out and wash the hair again? It's just to get you to use the bottle first and buy more shampoo. So some people were scammers. Some people just actually thought that loading was very important, but you can load, but it's not really going to matter that much. So you could just take your daily recommended serving of creatine based on how much you weigh. Anyways, this video was all over the place. Should I redo it? No. I don't got time for that. So hopefully this was beneficial in some capacity for you, but this is going to be my random all over the place video on creatine. Yeah, that's it. Like this video if you like it, subscribe to the channel, leave your question down below if you want me to answer your question in a video just like this. Comment jump for a free bodyweight vertical jump training program, and I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.